Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be doing the Valentine's Day special. Happy Valentine's Day. This is a little later than I thought. It'll be around 8 o'clock that I post this. It's 5 o'clock that I am recording it, so I'm sorry for the late. I had family issues and gaslighting and manipulation thrown at me, so I had a heck of a morning, and I am now just finally getting around to this after crisis with my partner as well. Anyways, let's get on to it. That's not the issue. But this video is Alastor's childhood friends Valentine's Day special. This is after takes place after the Valentine's Day after the last episode. So this does come up first, second video after that episode, or right after that episode, where it's officially Valentine's Day. Now I don't know if Valentine's Day was celebrated in the 1900s, the 1920s and 10s and stuff. I think it's 1915 that it would be this year. So in 1915. So I really don't think it was celebrated in 1915. But anyways, we're going to say it was and go from there. So that's what we're doing. Anyways, let's get on with the disclaimer. Disclaimer, this is clearly an AU and not to be confused with canon. This did not happen in canon. And it is not me saying what is canon. It is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Disclaimer number 2, Alastor is not Yandere in canon. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simping for fictional characters and fictional Yanderes is fine. Just do not be illegal or gross about it. And remember to separate fiction from reality and have canon from canon and all that good stuff, obvious. Disclaimer number 3. That Alastor is most likely, at the very least, asexual and possibly aromantic. Now, I know from some of the confusion in previous episodes and stuff that I've done with Alastor that people said that he's just asexual. Well, he was originally written as asexual. He was an aromantic, ace, because that was, but then Viv says, and I quote, I wanted people to have fun with his romantic attractions, basically. So she was going to let us run with it of what he could be romantically attracted to. And also, originally, he was going to have Mimsy be his girlfriend. So in some canon lore, he did have a girlfriend, but I don't know how much canon that is in the canon. So we can play loosey-goosey with his feelings. Also, remember, ace and asexual are not like this with Yandere stuff at all, because they are not Yandere, and meeting the right person wouldn't just fix them. He would only use adult fun time stuff and also romantic gestures as a way to manipulate and control his partner, who in his mind he does love because it's the closest thing he can feel to love, but it's more obsession than love. Thank you. Now on to the video. It was Valentine's Day. It was the first Valentine's Day with Alastor. You gave him sweets that you made from homemade stuff all the time, but of course, this time it was special. So you were making the best batch of cookies that you could always do, but you also realized Alastor didn't like cookies, so you were doing a more savory cookie. Something that was a bit savory and less sweets, because he didn't like sweets all that much. He ate them because you made them, but last year he told you that he really didn't like sweets, so you were going to make him something savory. Also, you were making him some jambalaya that his mother taught you how to make. You were really excited, and it was turning out so good as you bustle around the kitchen, doing your best to be a good partner to your recently boyfriend. You told your father and your mother, and they were both supportive. They didn't mind that Alastor was mixed at all, and they also didn't mind that you guys were in a relationship. They were just happy you were happy, and that Alastor treated you right. That's all that mattered to them. Very progressive for the time and age, honestly. And you were excited. You got everything ready, packed it all up, and went onto the picnic with Alastor. He made you some things, your favorite food, and also had his mom help him make sweets because you had a sweet tooth. He didn't care for them, so he couldn't taste test them. So he hoped they turned out well. You guys both met at his boat and got on the boat and made the little picnic inside it. So happy Valentine's Day, you say, blushing. He smiles at you and nods his head. He doesn't feel traditional romance, but he knows Valentine's Day is an important holiday for people in a couple. And seeing you happy and excited made him feel good. And that made him want to do this even more and show you how much you meant to him. You both exchanged your foods, and he smiled as he dug into his. It just tasted like his mother's. Oh my god, you were perfect for him. At least in his teenage mind, that's what he thought. Sorry, got a text message. Phone off. There we go. Anyways, as I was saying, you were like perfect for him. And at least in that was his way in his teenage mind. And you were so excited he made sweets. They were really good too. You guys talked and had fun. It was sweet and romantic. Everything was perfect. You were wondering if you guys should have a kiss. You don't know if it would be considered your first kiss, but you really wanted to try it. You didn't know how Alistair felt. He told you that he wasn't interested in romantic or adult fun time stuff, and you understood that. But he was interested in you in some way, which was a bit confusing, but you rolled with it. You guys talk and have a good time. It was beautiful and sweet. Finally, you lean in, and he blushes and does the same, leaning in. It felt like butterflies were in his stomach, but not in a romantic way. But being able to kiss you and to be with you, and for you wanting to kiss him, stroked his ego in a way that made him feel so, so good that you wanted to be with him and no one else, that you were his. It stroked his ego, and you guys end up making out a bit and pulling away. Alistair felt strange. It wasn't per se attraction in the adult fun time way, but the idea that you wanted to be with him and to be his was a very much turn on for him, and he was very excited to be with you. You guys continued lunch and then went in his continued in his boat and had a great time. Finally, when it was starting to get dark, you guys rowed back to shore and well, not rowed, but you went back to shore with the motorboat and got onto shore. You guys hug and kiss one last time, and he takes your hand, walking you home, as a gentleman should. At least that's what he thinks. He leads you home and brings you inside, telling your father that he got you home safely and that he would make his way back home. He was so happy. He was over the moon. He gripped his chest that was racing. It wasn't love per se, he knew that, but he knew he knew you belonged to him, and that made his day. You were his, and he was going to keep you forever. First Valentine's Day together for the rest of your lives and afterlife. He found a way to make sure to bind you to him. All he had to do was marry you with the special ceremony, and then you would be bound to him in life and death. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. I really wanted to set up certain things where Alastor is using like voodoo magic to bind your guys' souls. I know that's not accurate to how voodoo actually is. I'm going to put a disclaimer that this is not accurate, but it's like his soul contracts and how that he makes where you belong to him. He's going to start that in on Earth where he has you as his first soul contract, basically, where you are bound to him, and then when stuff happens, when you end up in heaven, because you're going to end up in heaven, spoiler alert, you're going to end up in heaven and then fall. And then when you do fall, he's going to feel that you're in hell with him, and he's going to hunt you down most likely. Or you're going to end up, I don't know, I might change things. Who knows? But right now, as is, you're going to end up in heaven, but your soul is still going to belong to Alistair, which adds a lot of issues with heaven bureaucracy. And I can't say the word. Anyways, all with heaven's legal systems. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. And if you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see. The next video I do for this hopefully would be the period video of Alistair as a human teenager realizing his partner's biology and how she has a period and how he deals with that as a yandere for his darling. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this, and if you would like to see more, comment below what you'd like to see. And if there's anything you want to see in this series, please comment below what that you would like to see it, obviously. And also onto the Patreon outro. Patreon outro, Patreon outro. Da 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 da. Da. Patreon outro, Patreon outro. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So Patreon outro. Thank you, Gav, for being my first patron. You're wonderful, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Thank you, Gav. And thank you, Wicked Brony, for being my second patron. You are also wonderful, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Thank you, Wicked Brony. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this and stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye. Secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro. Okay, so secret outro of the day is, if you were in this situation, would you want to have a Valentine's Day with Alastor, or would you want to just hang out as friends? Like, you guys just started dating recently. What would be your expectations for Valentine's Day with just got together boyfriend during this time period? Honestly, I think cooking each other a meal would be very on point for the time period and for Alastor's character, because he loves to cook and all that stuff and would love to cook for his partner and such as a yandere, I think. And also for you being a homemaker back in the 1915s, it would be that you would want to be a good partner to him as well. So and prove that you can be. So I think that was what it would be like. But what would have you given Alistair if you were in this time period on Valentine's Day? Comment below and we shall see what you all say. Anyways, stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye.